starting day 18 of Vlogmas in this beautiful park again. It snowed even more, and today it's the first time that the sun is coming out after a few days, so everyone is in a very good mood around the park. Today we are going to talk about human design, and I will share some really interesting facts about it. But before I head home, I want to start with the challenge, the gratitude challenge for today. Your task today is to make a list of all the things that are going to happen the next day that have to be solved, and to write it as if you already solved it with a great success. Like everything was very easy to be solved, everything got sorted out by itself somehow, and you got some extra good news on top. So this is your task for today. Imagine it in your head, step by step, write 3 things, let's say, and imagine every single thing on the list that is coming true and focus your energy on that. That's it. That's all the challenge is for today. I'm heading right now home, make myself a warm tea because it's super cold still, and let's get straight to chatting. Hello, I'm back home. So I'm ready to start talking about human design and what is this technique and what is this way of looking at your personality and your life. I made some notes because I want to be punctual and give you like an overview. I'm not an expert on this. I just found out pretty recently, I think this year, about this way of looking at your personality, of your blueprint of energy, and I find it fascinating because it helped me understand a little bit more how I'm functioning and how I should look at life from this perspective. You can take what you want from here. I will give you my own perspective, advices, subjective view. I will tell you to keep an open mind with everything. And disclaimer, this is not an advice on anything regarding health. This is not special help for something. So this is just like for fun and for you to have a nice overview of yourself. So what is actually human design? It's usually called a self-exploration system, and it combines, and I'm reading, ancient and modern beliefs. It draws on tradition like I Ching, the Kabbalah, chakra system, and astrology to help you understand what makes you unique as a human being. It is not linked to any religion, it is not linked to any dogma, so anyone can use it. And as a general information, there are 5 types of personality corresponding to the human design philosophy. And we will take it step by step and explain to you how each personality is working. It is very easy to calculate what kind of personality you are, just like in astrology. When you are calculating your astrology chart, you need 3 things. You need your birthday, you need your birth time, and you need your location where you were born. There are a lot of softwares or apps that you can use to calculate this, so you don't have to do it by yourself. And I actually recommend you can use the My Human Design app. It's exactly like this. You have a portion of it that gives you free advice, and for more in-depth information you can also pay for more. This is not sponsored in any way, this is just how I used it, and there's also a lot of information all over the internet. I really like this. When I found out about human design, it helps us understand a little bit when we want to change our life, how we should do it. When we want a certain change in our life, we are thinking that we want our lives to change how we want it, how we see it. This kind of system tells us that we come into this world with a certain energy, with a certain blueprint of energy, more specifically said. And if we develop the right mindset, the right healthy beliefs for our blueprint, then we are thriving more rather than trying to change in ways that we are not supposed to. For example, you want to be very disciplined, you want to do a lot of work to put your projects on the road and to be a hustler. Maybe your blueprint, your energy, your type is to have actually a lot of projects started at the same time. And that's how you are thriving. That's how you are feeling. Starting with the first type of personality, which is called the manifester, and it's less than 10% of the population. They are the people who are here to initiate things, who are here to be free, to be independent. They are usually having a very strong presence, a very strong energy, a very strong aura. They are usually the people when you enter in a room that you immediately recognize them and see them and notice them. On the other side, every type of personality also has their own weaknesses. And this type of personality sometimes feels like by sharing how they feel, they are going to be controlled. So they don't always share how they feel, which in turn comes as a weakness, because not always those around you knows what you're going through. So this is something that they have to work on. Second type of personality is the generators. They are the ones who see very clearly gaps in the world, like gaps in the market, things that they can do, how to repair certain things. They are the workhorses of the world, and they get their energy from things that light them up, from something that gives them satisfaction. And this is where also the weaknesses come. When they do things that don't bring them joy, that don't bring them satisfaction, they can go to a burnout. Something is an immediate no to them and they do, this can lead to negative side effects. The third type of personality is the manifestor generator. And as of its name, it's not a mistake, it's actually a combination of the first two personalities. And it's a very distinctive one, because these are the people who are multitasking. They thrive in environments where they have to do not just one thing to focus on 100%, but when they start and do a lot of projects at the same time. They are designed to be inspirational, to ignite something in the people in the world around them. Burnout for them, so a weakness, comes when they don't listen to their body. They're a bit like manifestor generators, because they kind of share the same personality and types, and they do something that they feel like they shouldn't do, or doesn't spark them joy or interest or satisfaction, and they feel this in their body. Their body can shut down and their body can say an immediate no, burnout, and they are not able to go anymore further. This is a side note, this is actually my type of personality. I will share at the end how it helped me to understand myself better and to stop blaming myself for certain things. Fourth type is called the projectors, and they are the ones who are giving advice. They are the ones who are here to move the energy of the above three signs in the right direction. Around 20% of the population around the world has this type of personality. For example, they are the project managers. They put the projects, the ideas of the others' personalities into function, into motion. The downside of this sign, so let's say the weakness, with what they should be aware of, is that they don't have their own energy. They take the energy of the other signs, they use it. They should learn how to work efficiently, to try to work less rather than more, and to kind of conserve their energy. This way they will thrive. Then we are down to the fifth type of human design personality, which is the reflectors, and this is the rarest type of people because they are less than 1% world population. Now this type of people, as the name says, they are reflecting the energy of others, absorb like a sponge the energy of others, the energy of the environment where they are. You can say in a nutshell that they are the empaths of the world. What is interesting about this type of personality? Usually this type of people need some time to take decisions, to get clarity, because they have so much information from around them. They need this time to decide specifically for what is the best step to go further. Why one of their strengths is, for example, patience. They do have patience to put things into motion. What would be ideal for them is to find an environment that brings them surprises, that brings them joy, that keeps them absorbing this good positive energy. Because when they are in an environment that doesn't give them this good positive feelings, they also absorb the negative energy of other people around them. So this of course influences them in a not so good way. This is like a very broad explanation of what human design is. And of course there are other things that you should take into consideration. You are calculating your own human design characteristic, like what type of personality you are. Also receive information on how you take decisions, so what is the authority, and here is the work with chakra, like do you take decisions from your root chakra, do you take decisions from your solar plexus, do you take decisions with your mind? And also you will get a specific type of personality. I think there are over 10, there are a lot of combinations, and each and everything really counts to your unique self, like how you are. When I calculated my type of human design for the first time, I discovered that I was a manifestor generator. So I'm the kind of person that has a lot of ideas, but I'm not so good at putting them into practice, and that I thrive in the moment that I have multiple projects. I was always blaming myself that I cannot just stick to one thing, like society tries to convince us that it's only one way to go. I was always feeling ashamed and frustrated that I was always moving from one hobby to another. Kid, this is the best example. Every year I would start a new hobby, a new sport, a new something else, because I was getting bored and I needed something to entertain me. Another interesting thing that I found out was when I calculated that I usually take decisions from my gut feeling. My gut feeling is the one that gives me responses of the things that are around me. When there is something that I really like, then of course I feel it in my gut. As we say it, I feel an immediate yes. But if there's like a task or something that I have to do that is like no or meh, then it's not really the one that I should follow. And there's more about my specific type of personality. It's very unique to myself, and as I said, you can calculate yours in the app and just see what it says about. Now, should we follow this 100%? Honestly, I don't think so, but it's really interesting to discover things about yourself, and I think it's really interesting to see yourself in relationships with others. Because, for example, if you're in a couple with someone who is a projector and you're a manifestor, you bring the ideas, the other person puts the ideas in motion, makes them happen. And this doesn't apply only in romantic relationships, but it can also apply in business relationships or in work relationships. When you're in a project and you're the one that comes with the idea, maybe someone else is the type of personality that makes things happen, likes to put his hands or her hands in the project directly and take it to the end. Helps you understand yourself a little bit better. And I always say that everything we do, there's always like a free will. We always have basically the power to take decisions how we want them. It's just that sometimes if we look at astrology or at these ancient traditions and, you know, energy types and personalities, sometimes we might discover that by working a little bit more with what we have instead of just resisting and opposing, things might actually start to work a little bit faster and a little bit easier in whatever projects we are doing. This was a really nice chat, and before I end the video, I want to also discover what's on the 18th day of my tea advance calendar. There are not so many left, but I found it here. My number 18 is with licorice and cinnamon. You never heard about this, so it's apparently an exotic blend of cocoa, cinnamon and licorice. Now this is definitely something that I would drink on a very cold day of winter to warm myself up and to be in the best mood. I hope you enjoyed the chat we had today. I'm really curious if you will calculate your own human design type personality. Let me know in a comment what is the result, and let me know if there is something that surprises you about your life, about how you did things, and maybe inspired you to take some different decisions from now on. See you tomorrow with the next video. Take care. Bye bye.
Memory lane isn't that too far